good news for you, my lord.
That's good news.
Come closer, I have good news.
Well, if you are anticipating the premiere of The Bad Batch, this is good news because there was a new trailer that dropped. Now, they're calling this a trailer. I don't recall what they called the previous. I think that might have been like a sneak peek or something like that. But this is the official, according to the Star Wars YouTube channel, this is the official Bad Batch trailer. Jim, as we always do, we're going to break it down scene by scene. We'll play it for the people here.
Okay.
And see what's going on with this trailer. Of course, the big debut is May 4th, appropriately enough, Star Wars Day, Disney Plus, The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 1. But let's take a look at this trailer and see what we might be able to learn.
Yeah, it all seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so
I
it's not
haven't really, I hadn't really taken and broken it down frame by frame or anything like that, but let's just see what we got. Obviously, you know, right out of the gate, you're looking at Clone Wars level animation, which I think is great, because the Clone Wars is the best looking animated series of all time when it really finally hit its peak. At first, it was kind of wonky, you know, with the wooden marionette and the hair that didn't move. And right. Everything was carved out of wood, and they were really going for that stylized Thunderbirds marionette look. And it wasn't until things started advancing, I think really the addition of Joel Aaron to the Clone Wars animation staff to supervise all the lighting and atmospheric details in the air. And I mean, you know, you could see dust flying around in his animation. It's so realistic.
Yeah.
And so that's the type of, then, you know, it became just so good looking. So what a relief, especially after Star Wars Resistance, to see that Lucas animation still has it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Because I was like, you know, Rebels to me didn't look half as good as Clone Wars. And then Resistance, forget about it. I mean, it had its moments, all right? But it was just too cartoony. This has the grit and grime of the Clone Wars.
It sure does. And here's our merry band of mercenaries. So I think my thought is they're going to become sort of mercenaries, but I think they're legit here as we're seeing it. And the voiceover is the great Stephen Stanton doing his impeccable Grand Moff Tarkin, or Captain Tarkin, I think, still at this point.
We'll just call him Tarkin.
Tarkin, yeah, we're not
brevity.
sure.
But I love seeing him on Kamino.
Yes, yes.
That's just great. That's a great tie-in, a great bridge between the OT and the PT. Having Tarkin there is just it's a great visual there. The way Jason just freeze framed this, you see Tarkin, he's standing on an observation platform with those Kaminoans.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is this the first time we've seen the Kaminoans animated?
No, they were featured in Clone Wars. Yes,
okay.
Yes. But you can see that that's Taun We, clearly, and the other one is
Lama Su?
Wing Dong or something. Oh, Mama Su.
It could be Lama
Su.
Lama
Su.
Lama
Mama
Su.
Su and Lama Su. It's they're both there.
All right, so
more capable than an army.
Training sequence with battle droids, and those droids look familiar. They're these like floaty droids that just popped up out of the floor. There's something rings familiar about them with me. We must have seen them somewhere.
Well, we've seen this this training scenario before.
We have seen it in Clone Wars, and there's something very similar to it in the Jedi Fallen Order video game too.
But yeah, this whole exercise is ringing a bell. I remember it was when they had the what was the battalion that was training, and they were learning how to gel together as a team, and it was a good arc in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I know. I think you were talking about like the beginning of season 3 or something. I can't remember. I need a rewatch.
I do too.
So now there's 5.
Right.
There were 4 Bad Batch in the Clone Wars. Now there's 5 because Echo has joined the gang. We're a lot of action on Coruscant, it looks like.
Yep.
Battle droids. Battle battle droids. You can do better than that. Oh, look, he's got a knife. Who's that?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me back this up here.
Yeah.
Who's bringing the knife?
Yeah, he's got the blade. He had it in Clone Wars as well. I can't recall his name. But, with the accent, I always think of, that's not a knife. This is a knife. It's
Right.
Crocodile Dundee. Sorry.
And here we get our first glimpse now
of the kid.
The kid.
This kid is a red flag to me.
Yeah,
Like,
Jim. As soon as this debuted, Jimmy Mack was on his social media channels, saying, I smell trouble. Red flag. Now, we knew that the Bad Batch was going to focus on this group, perhaps rescuing a Jedi or a Padawan, or there was going to be a young there was going to be a youngling involved, and we sort of just assumed that it was going to be Grogu, that it was going to be Baby Yoda.
I thought for sure. And then I thought, well, maybe it was Leia. But it just, now we get this kid. And this kid has Martez sisters written all over her.
Oh,
and
yes, she does.
I just, I don't know. So, but we'll see. We can't condemn it. We have to watch it. This could be the coolest kid character in the history of entertainment.
We'll see.
But I just hope that whoever the kid is, the identity ties into the big picture. It's not like we're just being introduced to some new kid for a spin-off for the kid.
Right.
I wanted.
Whose story is it?
I want it to be something very important to the future of Star Wars, or the big picture story.
Yeah.
All right, kid.
Instead of My Five Dads.
No, or is this a clone? Is this kid a clone? That's what
boy, it certainly doesn't look like one. I mean, it doesn't have the dark hair.
A new type of clone.
Or a new okay. So perhaps from a new host. That's a possibility.
Because the clothing is clearly Kaminoan by the cut in the neck.
Yep.
You see similar garb, like doesn't Daniel Logan wear that kind of stuff?
Daniel Logan. Oh, I don't know about Daniel Logan personally, but yes, when he is when he's in the Clone Wars, there is that V cut around the neck. It's very reminiscent of that. But there's also some headgear that we're seeing here. So there's sort of like a headdress. So I'm less inclined to think that it's a clone. I think that there's the headdress is what's throwing me off. That doesn't seem to me to scream, clone. I think this is perhaps I don't know, someone that happens to be on Kamino when some what hits the fan and Bad Batch ends up rescuing her. I don't know what to make of this. We'll see. All right.
99.
So
You know who we are. Hunter? Let's go.
yeah, so she clearly knows
Tick. Prepping to jump.
who the Bad Batch are. She's I know who you are.
So she has
naming them off.
inside intel.
Right. Oh, like she's a fan.
Like she's
All you need. I want Clone Force 99 found and wiped out.
All right, so something happens here. So
yes,
at the beginning of this trailer, we see Tarkin, and he's talking about how great they are and their powers and their capabilities, and then something happens where he says, "I want them wiped out. I want them taken out." So they fall out of favor.
I'm speculating it's going to be, this is fallout from them not responding to Order 66. Because something in them genetically made them reject the programming chip that we know gets implanted in clones' heads, or they just never had that technology implemented into them. So that's what I think is going on. Failure to respond to Order 66 by the Bad Batch, and so Tarkin's bringing in the big guns to wipe them out.
All right.
Galaxy's a dangerous place to be.
Now, do we know who this is?
That's Fennec Shan.
Oh, it is.
Voiced by Ming-Na Wen.
Wow. Okay, so that's some nice tie-in right there. Fennec Shan. All right.
Yeah, so
that's
we'll
very
learn more
cool.
about her backstory.
Right.
Before she had mechanical guts.
Dangerous place to be. We need to get
Okay.
out of here.
Oh, now was
Isn't
that is what this dragon-like character?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
At first
I
I
was-
thought it was the Boga. Remember the Boga?
Yep, that's what I was thinking from episode 2. Or I'm sorry, episode
from
3.
Utapau. Episode 3 from
Yeah.
Utapau. But no, that's some sort of like demon. I mean, that thing. You know what it reminds me of is when the sun, the Mortis sun, would transform itself into that gargoyle. It's kind of what it looks like. I'm not saying there's any connections there. It's just there's an aesthetic visual thing that makes me think of that. That's all.
We need to get out of here.
So Echo is like part Borg, part Lobot.
Yeah.
He's clearly wearing. You know,
he does
they
look
got
like
him wearing the Lobot business.
I am Echo of Borg. And who's the old little guy that they're? Oh no, that's the girl. All right, so they're escaping here.
Not,
Is
that a girl? I think it's a girl.
Is it a
I don't
girl?
know.
Oh God, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, well, let's just
misgender
move
her.
on.
I don't know.
We don't know. We haven't
don't
seen the
know.
episode yet.
How can I help?
The Clone Wars have ended.
Oh, now you see.
Yes.
Are they on Jakku? Maybe there.
Boy,
because look at all the wreckage. Oh, that.
Well,
See,
perhaps
there's a
not
Star Destroyer.
Jakku, but it could be Jeddah, maybe.
Or Jeddah. Interesting.
Perhaps.
Interesting. And what? Okay, so there you see that kid character. He's got something on the back. I don't know.
Backpack.
Some or almost looks like a musical instrument or something, like a stringed instrument. All right, so this analysis is going haywire. Okay,
All right, so
now
we
is
know.
this a Night
Okay, so
Sister?
this kid's weapon of choice is some sort of Star Wars version of a bow and arrow.
It looks like Night Sister tech weaponry. You know?
Oh, really? Oh,
Doesn't it with the bow?
Oh,
that
yep.
is like a laser bow.
Yep.
I'm just thinking that.
All right.
You can either adapt and survive.
Now that voice that we're hearing now is going to be revealed here shortly. Fennec Shan again.
Yours.
There we go. Saw Gerrera showing up here. So now we're
Scarred.
yes. So he's starting to. So they're transitioning the character from the way he looked when he debuted on the Clone Wars to then what we end up seeing in Rogue One and Rebels as well. So
Yeah.
evolution of Saw.
I have to admit, I watched this trailer when it was on. You know, I maybe when it dropped, maybe on my phone, and everyone was raving about Saw Gerrera, and it wasn't until now that I actually realized that is Saw Gerrera. I was more looking for the Forrest Whitaker. That to me is become my Saw.
Well, this is the connective tissue. This is what is going to connect. Because when Rogue One was coming out and we heard about the character and Saw Gerrera, and it was the character from the Clone Wars, and we saw the shots of Forrest Whitaker, we're like, oh, that's a bit of a stretch. There was no resemblance at all. But I see what they're doing here. This is convincing me that this could be the same. Could be the same character. We know it is the same character, but visually they're creating some nice continuity here. So
it's getting a little closer. So yeah. We'll see.
Right.
We do what
Fennec
we
Shan
do.
again.
We do what we do. So,
Oh, that guy had a whip. He had like a laser whip. Did you see they were fighting?
oh yeah. Look at that.
Who is that? Who is that? Does he look like a...
Boy, it's hard. I'm
they
freeze
make
framing
it hard
this
for
stuff.
you to see who that
Boy, they
is.
do, but yeah,
Look at him. It's hard to make out.
some sort of pirate or some. I don't know,
Right.
pirate or raider.
Strap in, kid.
So their ship has that. Do we? it's got that Imperial shuttle look, you know, with the top wing and then the side wings. I can't remember if we saw that ship in the final season of the Clone Wars when we were introduced to the Bad Batch or not, or if that's maybe something they stole. But you know, in Star Wars, of course, the vehicles sort of become characters of their own and sort of develop personalities. So I wonder if this is going to become associated with the Bad Batch, or if this is just temporary ride.
Strap in, kid.
Strap in.
Maybe.
So there we go.
So there's the Bad Batch. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm struggling a little bit with this. I want to be excited. I really do. And, you know, perhaps if this was 10 years ago, I would be doing cartwheels about it. But I got to say, you know, after 2 seasons of the Clone Wars and seeing the Book of Boba Fett teased in front of our eyes and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, this feels like a step back in a way. It doesn't feel like a step forward in Star Wars. And I'm also not over the moon about the kid.
Right.
You know, we were talking about those conventions, those tropes that they used in animation back in Saturday morning cartoons, and, you know, some of the shackles that were around guys like Paul Dini creating, you know, working on the Ewoks and Droids series. The notion of just giving a cute kid, you know, over to the it feels very cliche to me to have the kid. And then it's like, oh, we got another kid like Ezra. Are we going to find out that there's Force abilities? You know, my mind's going all over the place. I could have done without, and who knows? This could just be, maybe this is the first arc and the kid's going to go away. I don't know, but it is animation. We know how Disney feels about animation. It's generally reserved more for, you know, the broader family or the kids. So, you know, from the people who brought you Resistance comes.
Well,
I hope it's not Resistance and Clone Wars, you know, decoration.
Right. Yeah, and Clone Wars clothing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it looks quite promising. Like many, I was scratching my head when it was announced. Bad Batch, really? They're doing that? Out of all the things that they could create into an animated series, they're doing Bad Batch. But it could open up a lot of great possibilities, including animated Darth Vader.
Yep.
You know, that's what I'd like to see in the Clone Wars, is some Darth Vader. Like Clone Wars era stuff.
Right.
Or, you know, Clone Wars. Let me rephrase all that, because we know Darth Vader doesn't exist in the Clone Wars. I mean, in the quality of animation, that style.
Right.
I'd be very excited to see that. And just to see, you know, there's all kind of characters you can bring in. The Dark Times, that's what this is.
Right.
Always a very attractive era of Star Wars to me is the period between the PT and the OT. It's been largely unmined. Rebels did to a degree, but that was really something that sort of dovetailed into the original trilogy. I like to explore maybe that first decade.
Yeah.
When Palpatine was in control. We know Kenobi's going to pick up 10 years after the fall of the Republic and the rise of the Empire.
Which is that sort of that halfway point between the PT and the OT. Jim, when you said the Dark Times, boy, wouldn't that be a great series? Star Wars, The Dark Times.
The Dark Times. Dark Horse did a comic series called The Dark Times. It followed a Jedi on the run from Order 66, a guy named Daz Janir. And the first arc of that series is quite exceptional, quite exceptional. And it ends, you have a sick feeling in your stomach when it's over. So it's quite effective. I recommend that. People who have the Marvel Unlimited app, Star Wars Dark Times, the first arc. I don't remember what it's called. They make it easy for you on the app to figure all that stuff out. Don't trust anything I say. I'll send you in the wrong direction.
All right. Well, so yes, we'll be here, of course. Rebel Force Radio will be covering the build-up, and then once the Bad Batch starts, we'll be breaking it all down for you. So we're going to give it a shot. you know, again, just putting it into context with everything else that we're looking forward to coming at us as Star Wars fans, this is a little bit lower on my list in terms of excitement level. But hey, it's new Star Wars. I'm all in. I'm all in. And as you say, potential for appearances by Palpatine, by Vader. We know we're going to see Tarkin.
Thrawn.
Thrawn. Yep.